will this process, the things that you see, especially to do with him, the suspension, does it tell us as a people that we are indeed going to the polls, knowing that all is well, and then cast our ballots and ensure that the results come out credible as it being expected, and everybody is satisfied with it at the end of the day?
To be candid, as a people, it is disturbing. Which seems not to be ready. Why I'm saying this is because if it is at this point that, yes, we want to find out, we want to query, we were questioning the integrity of the CGN, it means, no, something is wrong somewhere. We're not ready. We're not ready in the sense that we know very much well that after each election, we have cases to follow up. And what are we talking about here? Are we saying that the judiciary is not ready because even after the suspension of the CJN, we could still hear some of the petitions coming against some of those judges? Are we saying these are the same people that are going to look after the cases that may erupt after the election? It shows
let me take it away from you.
We're not fully ready.
Just so that I can get the thoughts of the lawyer. You're the lawyer. He says that we're not ready. We're not fully ready for this 2019 elections. Are you on the same page with him?
Yes, fully on the same page with him. Gimba, let's not delude ourselves. If you look at the photographs coming from the campaign, you would think that, oh yes, the numbers would be much more than we saw 4 years ago. We're all in the studio here, looking at the numbers as they were coming and all of that. But I can tell you this year that a lot of people, though they'll be shout of, go get your PVC, go get your PVC.
Yes, 84 million
but a lot
registered
of people,
voters today.
You will be shocked that a lot of people would not participate because there's that apathy. Even though people wanted something different, but there's this apathy. And, also, if you also see the crisis that rocked, the two major parties, the primaries of the two major parties across board. My friend and brother Ario.
Does that suggest to you that we're not ready for them?
Yes. I speak to you now, pre-election matters are still being filed. And that aside, to also, my colleague here just talked about the case of Ogun. In both of the two major parties, it's unsettled. And then lastly, we hear every day of allegations of arms importation by politicians, that the allegations that some are even sewing uniforms, police uniforms, security uniforms, and then coupled with it, to ice all of this, the fact that, the technology that we introduced in 2015 that helped us to rise a little bit above where we were, now it was too late in the day for us to perfect, the use of card readers. So we might see a reverse case repeat itself where we had to resort to incidence form, and that also would throw a lot of crisis. And so it shows clearly that we didn't learn any lesson from the previous election, and so few days to election is almost as if the elections are still very far away.
It doesn't stop the political parties. They're still campaigning. They still have until a couple of days to the elections proper, which we saw in Kano State. Let me get your thoughts about this, Malim Ibrahim, in our Abuja studios. We did see about 3 governors from Niger Republic came for the APC Kano campaign. What implications does that have?
Yes, Kano is a center, actually, a commercial center. We all know that. And Niger is one of the countries that's actually patronizing Kano very much. But there's something about Kano that we must pay attention to. Lots of businesses are really, really happening there. So the relationship between our governors, or the Kano governor and the political party that held their campaign yesterday, well, they claim to have probably a meeting that has to do with maybe the cross-border security or whatever. But again, the appearance, the regalia that we saw, the political, the guest that wearing the APC regalia is actually sending some kind of a message that, yes, in the first place, the population, that is the residents of Kano who are basically from Niger, would definitely troop to that venue. And not just that, they might be interested in also partaking in that election, because these people might not go back home. They have to remain there. And at a point, they might even want to be part of that. At what process would they be involved? Definitely, we need to check Do they have the immigration papers? Are they people that, yes, came into this country with the consent of the immigration? Are they doing their businesses in such a way that we will be comfortable with them so that they will be cajoled to come into political environment and also partake in activities like that? These things are really, we need to be careful with this because it shows we're opening up. We're just welcoming anybody because we're desperate. It's wrong. I think there's something wrong with that, with those images we saw.
Yeah, yes. Just to set the record straight, they don't have PVCs, so they cannot partake in the elections. But let me get your thoughts. Is this capable? Is this capable of bringing about any security breach?
Well, there have been allegations of foreigners being imported to Nigeria. There are allegations of foreigners getting registered and being issued with PVC. In my own opinion, the presence of those Nigerian governors at the campaign simply gave, stamped whatever insinuations or endorsement that anybody might have been having. And for me, it's a no-no, it's a minus. It should never have happened. They could have come as friends of the party. For them to have now put on the official garment of the party, it's unbecoming. It doesn't add up. That should never have happened. To that extent, we cannot define what specific roles they have come here to perform or what plan they want to execute.
Let me get your thoughts on this, Oshoma, because the APC has alleged that EU, US, and the UK are interfering in Nigerian politics. Can you liken that to the same interference that we saw from the Nigerians, the governors from Niger Republic coming into into Kano State for the campaign?
While I would love to see a situation where we conduct our elections or we conduct our affairs without having to look behind our shoulders whether one big brother from Europe or America is interfering or shouting down on us, but successive governments, created the avenue, the opportunity for all of this interference. Mm-hmm. You remember in the last election in 2015, then the PDP were in government. Every act of the president, you see the opposition party alleging or threatening to report them to United Nations, to American government, that even during the campaigns at that time, I did say that when the PDP were, the current president's wife, who was a candidate there, cannot visit America. And I was like, what is the hoot about visiting America? And rather than face the issues, also, if you look at the campaigns, this campaign also, the APC also made it an issue. Oh, a candidate can't visit America. And so if you put America and the EU and the United Nations in that pedestrian of a big brother, definitely, you call on them at every turn in your national life, you create an opportunity where at some point, they are going to be also looking at what is going on and also want to play the role of the referee. But that also does not mean that as international observer, the world has become a global village. You can't do your business alone without, other people also wanting to find out, are you following international best practices? So you have, United Nations, you have even at the region of Africa, even at the ECOWAS region, so also we did interfere in Gambia and, also interfere in keeping peace in some other countries. And mind you, if there is humanitarian crisis in Nigeria because of the population, it will be difficult for the world to handle. So these people can't just fold their hands. But what we saw in Kano, it's something that should have been avoided by the ruling party.
Okay,
because they're in the news for the wrong reason.
Just because we're
so don't
because
create,
we're coming to a close.
Opportunity for your opponents to begin to throw stones.
We're coming to a close. Let me just ask this one question to Ibrahim. Do you think that the war on corruption is succeeding?
Yes, Gimba, to be candid, what we saw yesterday took place in Kano, where the president actually ignored the whole cry that concerning the position of Governor Ganduje with regards to the allegation. After a clear evidence has been thrown to the public to see, I can tell you that, honestly, for what we saw yesterday is kind of discouraging. It tells you that something is wrong with the fight against corruption. There is no motivation, there's no inspiration any longer. The president has given us reasons to doubt who to check or who not to check when there's allegation against the person.
Okay, with that, I think it's a good place to let it rest. I'm getting the signals from my director now that we must close at this point, but I must thank you, Garba Ibrahim. He is a political analyst from our Abuja studios, as well as Liboros Ashoma, a legal practitioner, as well as Oladinde Ario is a security expert on all of these concerns ahead of the 2019 general elections. And to you as well for being part of the show. I am Gimba Omar. This is State of the Nation. Bye for now.